Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where today we're going to be taking a look at the Era 3 tank destroyer, the Wiesel 1A1 TOW. For those of you short on time, here is my quick review. If you like fast tanks, if you like sneaky tanks, and if you like ATGMs, then you need to, and I mean this, you need to stop whatever it is you're doing, stop right now, turn on your console, and go and buy the Wiesel. With the right crew and equipment, this thing is an absolute blast. I haven't had this much fun in a new premium since the pre-nerf Armadillo was released. Right now, in store, the Wiesel's base package will cost you 10,700 gold with a 25% cost decrease. This tank is worth absolutely every single penny you spend on it. I don't often say that about a tank, but I mean it. This tank is absolutely worth every single bit of gold you spend on it. Right, that, if I haven't bigged it up already, I don't know, well, I'm going to say more about it because there's plenty more to say about it, but if I haven't sold you already, then I'm going to carry on trying to sell it to you. Alright, let's have a look at the stats of this thing. But actually, before we do look at the stats, I'm going to caveat this whole video, everything that follows now, I'm going to caveat it with, if you want the Wiesel to perform the way it's performing for me, you must use the crew and equipment setup that is on screen right now. You must do that, otherwise it won't work out the same for you. Okay, let's have a look at the stats. It is an ATGM only vehicle, so if you're not into ATGMs, then you might want to skip over this because this ATGMs is all it's got. It has 24 in total, so that makes a nice 12 and 12 split between standard and premium. Standard ATGMs have 800mm of pen, the gold ones have 1000mm of pen. That's a meter of penetration on a missile. I mean, a meter of pen, that's kind of what you expect to see when you're playing World of Warships. That's insane. The standard ATGMs have a damage roll of 1,300, while the gold missiles, ATGMs, have 1,430 as their standard damage roll, which I will say, actually, this is the one thing I don't agree with this tank. I don't agree with Wargaming's approach to this at all. You've got 1000mm of pen on the gold missile, ATGM, sorry, and you have 1430 average damage roll, which is higher than the standard. So basically what's happened here is the gold rounds are pay to win. You spend extra money, you have more pen, and you do more damage. That is the definition of pay to win, and I don't really like that Wargaming's done that. I don't think they needed to do that, to be honest. This tank is so good already that to me just seems like a totally shoot yourself in the foot kind of move. For me, that's my opinion on it personally. But, you know, it's here now. What can we do? Maybe they'll change it. I don't know. Anyway, the Wiesel has 2700 hit points. With the equipment that I've got, the max speed is 92 kilometers an hour. And I can't remember if that guy drowns himself. He was chasing me and he fell in the lake. I can't remember if he gets out. Anyway, it's got 655 meters of view range, and finally, the absolute crown jewel of this thing, it has 35 meters of concealment. 35 meters. Yeah, alright, I'm going to say it again. 35 meters, folks. 35. To put that into perspective, my Era 2 tank destroyer, the M50, is known for being incredibly difficult to spot. It's known for being incredibly sneaky. My one has 53 meters of concealment. The Wiesel's 35. 35! And we can go a step further. I haven't checked since the concealment nerf that was done by Wargaming, goodness knows how long ago, but I believe a proxy spot in Cold War is 32 meters. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. That means the Wiesel is 3 meters off being a proxy spot with my setup by default. You combine that with the 92 kilometers an hour top speed, and ladies and gents, what we have here is a throwback to the good old days of Cold War light tanking. It takes us back to a time when every light tank in the game was a proxy spot. You can sit in a bush and you can farm 11,000 spotting assists because no one can see you. But, and I'll say this right now, I'll say, hang on a second, Ricky, you're talking about light tanks. The Wiesel's a tank destroyer. What are you going on about? Well, what I'm on about is the one magic crew skill that makes all the difference. Silent driving. Silent driving provides your vehicle with a 55% decrease to the effect that driving has on the vehicle's camo factor. The caveat of this skill being, it's not effective on light tanks. What Wargaming have done with the Wiesel is give us a light tank, but they've put it in the tank destroyer category, which now means that silent driving as a skill is viable. This is just incredible. For me, if anyone that knows my channel well, I love light tanking in Cold War. I absolutely love it, and this is amazing. This tank is incredible. And it doesn't stop there either. This thing has some amazing soft stats as well. It comes with a 65% silver boost, and when you put a 2x silver boost on top of the 65% silver boost, you can pull in some mega silver. And when I say mega silver, I'm not talking, you know, typical 400, 500,000. I'm not going to give you a number because you can wait till the end of this video to see what I managed to earn. But it's absolutely mega. The other soft stats that this thing has got is it has a 10% tank XP boost, 10% commander XP boost, and finally 5% free XP boost. 5% on free XP is typical for premiums in Cold War, but 5% in Era 3 is what I would call exceptional, because most tanks in Era 3 only have a 3% boost. So you've got the silver boost and you've got an exceptional free XP boost. That's two things working for this tank, on top of everything that I've already talked about that this tank has going for it. This is, oh my, it's good. It's very good. The Wiesel it's an absolute menace. Its 35-meter detection range means that you can be incredibly close to enemy targets without, and they won't see you, they won't detect you. You're incredibly fast and you're tiny, which makes you stupendously difficult to hit. Even when you're spotted, you're so small, it's so difficult to hit this thing. Well, I mean, at all ranges, to be honest. Close range you'd think would be easy, but no, it's not. I was fully spotted, and in a previous game, not this one, an M1A2 Abrams just could not hit me. Just couldn't. Eventually he got me because I got distracted with another target, and I drove in a straight line, which made it easy for him, but 5-6 shots of me circling couldn't hit me. Just, this thing is an absolute menace, and it is so much fun to play. I've got something else to add. You thought I'd be done? No, I've got something else to add here as well. We, for the longest time, thought the Armadillo, this is carrying on from being hard to hit. You know, we thought the Armadillo was hard to hit. This thing is even smaller than the Armadillo, and I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there. 92 kilometers an hour, 35-meter concealment, 1300 damage on your ATGMs. They can't see you. They can't hit you. They won't detect you. You're smaller than the smallest. This is now the smallest tank in the game, probably. I don't know how it can. It's probably smaller than. No, it's probably bigger than some Era 3s, but you know, we'll forget those. They're not real tanks. This thing is just incredible, and I would strongly recommend that you buy one. That there was the victory. That game was an absolute blast to play. 7 kills, 13,751 damage. And there's what I'm talking about with the silver. 956,000 silver with a ×2. I don't think I had any other ops going in that. I don't think there are any other ops at the moment. That is just the earnings from the tank. Absolutely incredible. Okay, folks, that's about all I have for this one. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, if not a dislike. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and as always, I hope you're all keeping well, and I will see you out there.